Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Tuesday. And my phone is falling. I have such a bad setup here. So this is what happens when you're not, you don't have a cool setup, but you work with what you have, and that's okay. So how are you guys doing on this Tuesday, April 14th? I don't even know. But I hope you guys are doing well and you're getting back into the groove of things, or you're going full strong and you got your projects going and you're busier than ever and your house is looking amazing, or you're just coasting and trying to survive. Whatever it is, it's okay. Today, I'm going to show you a 10-minute tip that you can do on your own whenever you can, whenever you want. But it's just the whole point of this 10-minute tip, 10-minute organizing tip, is to get you guys on doing a little organizing project that just takes 10 minutes out of your day. So here we're in the bathroom, and there's a bit of an echo. And we cleaned the bathroom yesterday, and it was part of our daily chore. So I did the dirty work, but I also used this part to do a tutorial on why we have to clean the toilet and how to clean it. And so we got like the cabinets wiped down, the baseboards wiped down. I even wiped down this thing, and each kid, minus the small one because he was doing something else, got to do something in the house, in the bathroom. And then there was a little conversations like, oh, this is really dirty. Oh, this gets splashed a lot. I'm like, yes, that's why we have to be careful and wipe down after we brush our teeth. Okay, or we be careful to not put lotion all over our handles because someone else has to use this bathroom too. We're gonna go through my daughter's hair stuff. Now, when we renovated our house, I designated this spot as the hair spot. One, because there's a plug here, so I can dry her hair and curl it if I need to. There's a mirror here. Everything is in one place, so when she does her hair in the morning, this is where it's done. This is where she takes everything off. This is where she puts everything back once she takes it off somewhere in the house, and I find elastics all over the place. So I got this container from IKEA. Now you're going to see all the hair underneath, and it's going to be gross, so I apologize. And I put this here so it avoids it from sliding. These brushes are the ones used every day, so they become top drawer priority. My other brushes are in the second. And do we use all of these? No, we don't. I use some of them if it's like a fancy, we're going out somewhere, whatever. So these are like the, if we're curling our hair or straightening our hair are here. Some conditioning products and the paste. This is when my husband used to have hair and now he doesn't. And when the boys want to style their hair, when they had hair, it's all here. And I put them down there. And then the other types of brushes, this should be here. The combs on one side and the brushes on the other side. Do I have a lot? Yes, I do. Should I be decreasing the quantity? Probably. But right now, it fits in this shoebox container that we got, I think at the dollar store or at one of those box stores that sells them for like, I'm not even sure, but it's, multi-purpose, multi-use. As long as it fits in the box, I'm happy with it. If I had more brushes and they were piling on top of each other, then that would be the time to start reducing and minimizing. So once you pick a home for something and it stays within that home, you're good. But if it goes overboard, then it's time to start minimizing. Same with the combs. We don't use a lot of combs all the time. We have multiple ones that came with, that's dirty, that came with like the grooming kits and the hair cutting kits that my husband has. And just over the years, we've had these. So this is great for like, styling your hair. And then at the bottom is where I have my flat iron extension cord for in case, and hair dryer. I do have my curling iron, the spiral one, but that's in my room and it gets used like maybe once every 6 months. So it's not in the automatic, I need to have access to it every day or once a week. It's in another section in my room. This is the one that gets used almost every second or third day. So I put in a separate container and that it's weekly or every second or third day. So I put in a separate container and that it's nice and tight in here. It doesn't look nice, but it works. So back to the hair accessories. Now, when she was younger, she had a bunch of, this was like full to the top, and we had very little elastics because she didn't have a lot of hair, and then all these little knickknacks. So I like this container because it's got a lot of compartments. If you're a girl and if you do hair, you know how many stuff there are, okay? And if you're multiple girls, there's going to be multiple items here. Like she has hairbands and the ones that wrap around her head. Those are in her room in a basket, and she uses them maybe not even every day. These are more of the everyday stuff. So here, all the long items like the bobby pins in a container, the clips in this container, this shouldn't be here. So just I do a quick cleanup in here. And that's the whole point of tidying and organizing everything, so that cleanup can be super, super quick. So this is mine. This is probably the only thing I use in here, save for an elastic or the occasional bobby pin. But I put this here just because it's easy access for me. And all the other clips and bendy one items are hers that go here. All the elastic related things go here. And the mini elastics, oh, this looks like a disaster. The mini elastics are all over the place because she also touches these for other projects in the house. Little containers to put the little items and separate them so that cleaning and tidying is super easy. Now, I just want to tell you, this is not everything. I do have a stash of these types of elastics in an overstock in here. I don't open everything, otherwise it will be a disaster and things will be everywhere. So I monitor to make sure she has enough and I have enough to do the occasional braids and whatever I need to do. But once this gets minimal, like very like next to nothing, then I will add more, and then I will, you know, add as I can't even say it in English, but au fur et à mesure. As this gets empty, I add. Now I'm putting this here, and it's so ugly because these containers don't fit. This is an old jewelry box thing from like what they call the little earrings that came in. So now it looks like that. I have to fix this because it's really ugly. It's bothering me. And everything here is anything that's like pincer related. So here you can see this doesn't belong there. All these, oops, almost made a mistake. It's hard to do this with one hand and explaining at the same time. Right? So please bear with me, and I thank you so much for your patience. So all the pincer clip type things all go here. Again, you might have different things, so try to categorize them as much as you can. And if you have to get extra containers for the larger sections to put more things, then go right ahead and do that. And maybe this, or even make your own thing with cardboard if you're crafty like that. I might even just put this here for the time being, because if not, it's going to flip over and it's going to be a big giant mess and it's going to bother me. Or what I can also do is just put this over here and put a few items here. Anyways, it's super flexible, and whatever works for you is what works for you and your family. And she knows where everything is, so we had this conversation at the very beginning, and so that she knows where things go and how things are supposed to be. And I think that's super important. Come back to me. I think it's super important that you do have an initial meeting with whoever's involved in whatever item that is, if it's the whole family, if it's one person, that you go through the whole process with them of where things are so that it's explained and you're establishing a baseline. After that, when you start seeing things messed up, you kind of have to do a little follow-up, and maybe the system needs to be modified, especially if you're finding that things are everywhere and they're not being put back. So try to keep it simple. Try one way the first time. If it works, great, follow up a few times. And if you see that there's a little bit of a mess up where it's not sinking in with them, maybe it's time to change your method a bit or change the location. Maybe it's just not working for them and it's too inconvenient for them to, say, come to the bathroom. Just a reminder that we have one bathroom for 5 people, and this is where everything happens, so it gets quite busy. Right now the kids are from 6 to 9 years old. We're pretty liberal here, so we're doing everything in front of everyone. Don't judge. This is how it happens at my house. I'm not sure about yours, and I'm not judging you. But what I'm trying to say is eventually they're going to be teenagers and they're going to have their own privacy. That's okay, because what I can do is once she becomes older, I can just take this basket, modify it, and then start bringing it to her room. I'm going to show you her room. On her desk, it's just a lot of stuff. Eventually later on, all this stuff will be gone, and I can imagine like all the hair products will be here. That's pretty much it. That's my tidy tip Tuesday 10-minute tip. Wow, it's a lot of T's for today. I hope you guys learned something and will apply one or two things, or even just get a little, I'm going to try something else with another item. So if that's the case, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And if there's anything that you want me to cover that's going on at your place, let me know, because you never know, out there someone is probably thinking the same thing and would need some guidance, some enlightenment, and some inspiration. All right, so have a great day. Talk to you soon. See you next week.